hand upwards, neck flexion extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Waist rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs spread out. Side obliques. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change, alternate toe touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Next, side stretch. Hamstring, inner thigh, toes pointing upward. Other side. One more time, same stretch. Other side. Relax. Come up on toes. Inhale. Maintain your stretch and go down. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Stretch it and go down. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Maintain your stretch and go down. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Stretch it and go down. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Maintain your stretch and go down. Exhale. Ankle rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spot jog 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Move your hands in running position. Keep moving. Follow the breathing pattern. Inhale from the nose, exhale from your mouth. Keep moving. One minute completed. 1 minute more. Now increase your speed a little bit faster. Come on, speed up. Last 30 seconds to go. Faster, faster, faster. Last 10, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Walk around. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vipin, for the warm up.
Thank you, sir.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. So just to let you know, this is a live session going on YouTube also. Okay. Okay. Is this? Are you able to hear? Are you able to see me clearly? And can you hear me?
Doctor, I think your this picture is, sideways. It's not like proper.
Okay. Let me just try and
Change the angle. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Deepak, can you put me on spotlight and get this on a speaker view? I'm on my mobile and I'm not able to do this. Okay, I can see you guys. So, okay, you all can hear me? Yeah, right. Perfect. So, just trying to get this on. Right. Great to have you all here. So, this is our third session. We are doing this. We are doing this session for the third time now. So tell me, how is it going with you all? What is the difference that you have been able to see in the last two sessions? What changes have you seen from the regular workout pattern? What exactly have you been able to see? Yes. In the last two sessions, whatever we have worked out, and in fact, last week also, uh, the last complete week, we were actually working a lot on flexibility. So I also have to check if it has made a difference to you all. In what way has it been able to kind of make a difference? Uh, okay. Yes, Lakshman wants to say something. Lakshman has got his mic.
Good morning, doctor.
Yes, Lakshman.
Good morning. To be frank, I haven't seen the significant changes. Maybe because we are working this for a long time and may
Yeah.
require some more time to see the changes.
Right.
As it.
Right.
Uh,
And have you been able to do those poses that we were trying to work out in these
Crow pose a little
sessions?
bit, not able to hold still, so probably
Yeah.
require some more strength. But other things, yes,
All right.
I can do that. Yeah.
Great. So, like I had promised last time that um, we'll be doing a shirshasan today, right? We'll be working on shirshasan today. Uh, but before that, there are some very important things that I would like to share with you, and this is something what we normally do discuss with our patients also, and I think it's a very important aspect of how we move ourselves on a regular basis, or how we actually how we take care of our posture. I think that's a very important point, because a lot of people have been exercising on a regular basis, but they still don't see much of change when it comes to their overall posture, or probably that is still missing out. So that is something what I'm going to talk to you about before we start off the whole session. So one thing that I would like to put across for you all is, okay, I hope you all can hear me, right? You can actually just put in your, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll be able to see that for you all.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Perfect. Okay. So, guys, though we work out a lot, there is something called core engagement, and there is something called trying to use your core, whether it comes to sitting, whether it comes to standing, or any activity for that matter, any exercise that we do. Even today, when we do propose, or when we do shirshasan, or any of the workouts, if your core is not engaged, if your core is like about kind of collapsed, then you will not be able to get the results that we really want. Okay, so it's really important. A lot of times, patients come to me where I have seen that they have a bad posture. So when it comes to standing, even for that matter, standing straight, I have seen a lot of people standing like this. You know, can you see me? Can you see the changes that I am doing in my posture? Like, if you see, the spine is almost loosened up, the tummy is just left off. Okay, because of which you are just at the mercy. You're putting actually more load on your spine. Okay, you're not engaging your core, and because of which the whole biomechanics of the body is affected. So here, what is important is that you breathe in, you tuck your tummy in, and then try to get your spine in place. Now, this is something which you would have to do, whether it comes to standing, whether it comes to sitting, or for that matter, any pose that we do in while training here, for any difficult pose also. It's all about core engagement. More than anything else that has to fire, it is your core that has to fire in all these activities. So even a lot of times I have seen people having a forward head posture. Some of us even here in this meeting would be having something what we call a forward head, where you tend to talk to people a lot, get into meetings, have a lot of online meetings, or are into on computer most of the time. Because of that, you tend to develop a forward head where your head is forward. Now, to accommodate this head, your shoulders also start creating a hunched kind of back. Okay, and this eventually leads to a lot of pain in the neck area, or probably sometimes even a pain around the arm area. So this again has to be corrected by getting it straight and getting your chin backwards, the shoulders being retracted most of the time, and the neck getting backwards. Now, the reason for you for me to discuss this with you is that you have been working out more or less for a very long time, and I would ensure that most of you should have a good posture, should also know what exactly is a good posture all about. Even simple things like when we walk, a lot of people I have seen, they actually walk with their legs rotated outside, this way. The legs are like this. Can you see this? This is not a normal way of walking. Ideally, we are supposed to walk in this manner, where our legs have to go straight. And when we try to correct this pattern, a lot of people, patients would tell me that this is how I normally walk, or ये तो बचपन से ही ऐसे ही है. It is not like that. The normal pattern of walking is where you keep your legs straight and then try to walk, in this manner. And what happens when you actually start rotating your leg like this is you start developing knee hyperextension, because of which there can be pain around this area. Your hip starts compensating a lot. Okay. And then that can also eventually lead to back pain. Okay. I want to spend some time and help you understand these minor things that matter a lot when it comes to posture. Okay, because if you understand this, not just for yourself but also for people around you, maybe your family or for your employee or your colleague, it makes a hell lot of difference. Because this is precisely what I tell my patients when they have issues, whether it is related to neck, back, or anything else. Because you know what, we can always exercise, we can always work out, but if your posture is not correct, it will never show up that way, because your right muscles will never fire up. Okay. So does that make sense to all of you? And I hope this can be
Yes.
incorporated in your regular regime, because don't just feel that 1 hour of workout can give you all sort of immunity, or probably it can give you the right kind of body that you need. Your body will show up only with your posture. Okay. And that is very, very important. Okay. So let's now move on to some exercise today. So today we'll be reviewing the difficult poses once again,
Doctor, can
followed
I
by
ask you a question?
yes, yes,
Vishal
sure.
side. You mentioned something about walking and standing. Can you show
Yes,
us some right postures of sitting also, especially these days with work from home, and how do we get this corrected? Because invariably you tend to haunch.
yes,
When
absolutely. So let's say if you talk about sitting, first and foremost, a lot of people use their dining chair and things like that when it comes to sitting. So if you look at this posture right now, if you see my hip joint, knee joint, and ankle joint, all of them are supported at 90 degrees. Okay. Now we cannot have a posture like this. Okay, where my hip is right now not supported, my back is taking the maximum amount of load. Okay, and my knee tends to bend a little more than 90 degrees in order to compensate, or you know put up for my hip. So this here has to be backwards, taken backwards like this. Your neck doesn't have to be supported really. This is ideal what it would be, but yes, your upper back and your lower back should be supported in the right way. And as you see, most important is the knee part and how you take care of your foot. Okay, now let's say if you have a chair which has a pretty good height and your legs are hanging down like this. Now, if your legs are hanging down, this again is a very uncomfortable position, because for this to happen, it only means that your pelvis is going into a tilt. Now, when your pelvis is going into a tilt and your leg is hanging most of the time, it can definitely not do good. And in a long run, you will start witnessing pain because of low back. Similarly, bending your knee too much is also too stressful, or it can actually have impact for your low back. Now, a most important thing actually when you sit is that you should be taking regular breaks. What we do is that we just sit on our chair and then try to sit for 2 or 3 hours on a regular basis. Even simple activities like when I'm sitting here on a chair, even simple activities like retracting my shoulder, this can actually make a hell lot of difference, because most of the stress is around this upper back area and neck area. The only challenge in this position here is to hold the neck in the right position, right? There is nothing more that I need to do, because all other joints are supported well. So in order to accommodate the neck, your trapezius and your upper back is working really strong. So this is where you need to relax them up. Just doing by simple neck movements or even retracting your shoulder can help. Just simple stretches like this, rotations for your thoracic spine, this can also do wonders. So these kind of activities should be done every 45 minutes, 50 minutes. One of the best thing that you can in fact do is sometimes just alternate your sitting into standing. If you're sitting for a very long time, just try and manage it in such a way that you're just doing your work in standing for some time, because standing is again a much better position compared to sitting. You may be surprised to know, but most of the CEOs today are preferring standing desk rather than sitting desk, because what happens when you stand is your level of alertness increases. All you're doing is basically having weight on your legs, and ultimately your whole body is in the right shape. There is no chance of your body getting into a bad posture if you're keeping your core engaged. Okay. And it also helps you to have a focus clearly if you have a screen right in front of you. Also, talking about the screen, your screen should always be at your eye level. Okay, like for example, right now when I'm working with you, I have to constantly keep going up and down. That's because we are changing positions, but ideally your screen should be exactly at the eye level, or plus or minus 15 degrees, not beyond that. Plus or minus 15 degrees. Anything beyond 15 degrees will start putting strain on your neck. So that is something, again, which is not advisable. So you should adjust your screen height accordingly. Also, in reference to the table which is available around you, and you have your screen, you have your keyboard and all these things, here it is very important that your elbows are supported right from here. Okay, which means that your elbow should be actually resting on the table, and your keyboard, you moving only in this direction on your keyboard, so that your fingers are just moving like this. So the idea is that you don't have to keep your elbows hanging like this, and have something which is lower down, or have something which is way up. Now this will again start putting a lot of strain on your hands, because of which people tend to develop tendinitis related to excessive use of the keyboard. Okay, so these are the problems related to ergonomics. And yes, ergonomics is one thing that I've been talking to a lot of corporates about, at the same time discussing this with my patient, because 90% of the problem actually happens when you're working in the wrong posture. So this is a good point you came across, and good I discussed this with you all. So should we
You.
progress, or do we have any more questions?
I think one more question with thing which is
Yes.
related to this. What about lumbar support aids, like sitting aids and all, which are increasingly getting popular, which you either put on the bottom of your seat or sometimes at the back of your seat, which have different kind of lumbar support?
See, again, it is very subjective. You need lumbar support only when you're not engaging your core. Okay, now just let me give you an example here. Now, this is a position. Now, there are options. If I'm not engaging my core, this is how I will be sitting. Okay, in this case, if I have a lumbar support, it will really help me. But let's say when I'm engaging my core like this. Okay, so now if you see, the back is absolutely straight, and there is no harm in having a lumbar support. But I have also come across some belts which are used on the upper back in order to keep your back straight. Now these are some aids where if you're doing this kind of activity where you are using a belt and having a retracted shoulder, the moment you remove the belt, your back will again go into a hunched position. Okay, so ideally it's very important that your muscles have to fire. See, I completely understand that nobody can sit in this position for 1 hour or 2 hours consistently, but the idea is that making you aware. Out of 60 minutes, even if you can sit 15 to 20 minutes in the beginning in this position, engaging your core, it is still better than sitting in a bad position for 60 minutes all this time. Okay, so the idea is that you should firstly be aware of the right thing, and then you try to improvise and do this wherever possible. Now this is not just related to people who are into desktop job. This is also related to people who have to move around, or probably people who are into other office activities. Maintaining your posture, whether it is sitting, standing, or any other activity, applies to everyone, including me. Okay, so I think this is what and yeah, lumbar aids can be used, but the thoracic ones that I had discussed, it's not really advisable. Yes.
Thank you
Any
very
more
much,
question?
doctor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move
Yeah,
on to a bit of exercise now.
Doc,
Yeah.
one
Do we
question.
have? Yes, Lakshman.
Yeah, Doc, I have the standing desk, and I spend
Yes.
about 5 to 6 hours standing. But the
Yeah.
problem is I'm able to engage the core, and that put a lot of pressure on the lower back. and
Yes.
sometimes it gives the pain while I'm waking in the morning.
Yeah.
So how to engage that core when you are standing and working?
See, like I told you, I explained you the same thing in sitting position. Now, if you have your tummy tucked in, okay, in this manner. So if you have your tummy tucked in and your pelvis has to get into a little bit of anterior tilt. For example, now in this position, I have my tummy tucked and this
Mhm.
pelvis will move a little ahead, a little up like this. Okay, so this will support my core in the right way. This will help me to support my core in the right. Okay, and see, we have to understand one thing very clearly. The best posture is always the next posture. Okay. So any posture that is sustained for a long time will actually start straining your body. So it's very, very important that you keep taking break all the time. You keep moving all the time. Because if you are focusing only on one posture, you're only firing muscles only from one side, which is not that great. Okay. So it's very important that you keep changing your posture, keep taking breaks, keep moving around. If you have a standing desk, you should keep walking a bit. You can sit sometimes. So this is how you can keep changing your posture. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. So thank you so much, and thank you for your questions. It only means that you have been trying to engage with the topic and getting more information on yourself. So I think we have spent quite a bit of time on this, and but I felt it was worth because it's really important, and I always wanted to discuss with you all. And luckily, since we are in a Zoom meeting, we have the opportunity to exchange information like this, and glad that I've been able to do this. So let's now move on to our set of exercises. Okay. We'll start with a little bit of warm up for the wrist first. Okay. So here, just a bit of warm up here, where putting a little bit of weight as you move on. Keep your wrist on the mat completely, and then just try to put a good amount of weight. Move it forward nicely. Stretch it nicely. Yeah. You can also change the position of the wrist like this. Okay. And then try to do this activity. Elbow straight and wrists should be in the other direction. You can again try to do it sideways like this. Okay. Just put gradual amount of weight on your wrist. I don't want you to put the whole weight on your wrist. Put it in such a way that you are able to control it. At the same time, you feel a nice stretch. Yeah. Then moving on the sides like this. Okay. So this is what we need to do. Stretch your wrists nicely. Okay. So the first position that we did last time, have you been following pike push-ups and other sort of push-ups that we have been doing? I hope we have incorporated this in our training program with the trainers too, and I hope we have been following on this on a regular basis. Okay, so now let's move on to another position. Let me just give you a full view of the mat so you can see me completely. Yeah. Right. Okay. So now you will be on 1/4 of the mat, right? Okay. With your hands open. Your hands are completely open. Okay. No closed hands, no weight on one side of the hand. Your hands are completely open so that you can put weight on all the areas of the hand. Most of the areas of the hand that you can put weight, you should be able to put weight on it. Okay. 1/4 of your hand stays on 1/4 of the mat. Behind, if you see, you will be on toes, but your toes are taken backwards so that your core is engaged to a better extent. And then you move your wrist and try to take your body forward. and get into this position. Now, this is one of the positions which is required for you to understand what exactly is weight bearing all about when it even comes to shirshasan. Okay, so move in, move in, move in, come forward. Come on. Hold this weight for about 10 seconds. Shift back. You see the position of the toes. Ideally, the position of the toes should be backwards like this. Okay, but if you feel difficult, you can actually come on toes. For people who cannot do this, you can do it with the knees supported and then push your body weight forward like this. Okay, can I see you all doing this? Yes, good. Weight on your wrist and your shoulders are ahead of your wrist. Okay, so when you do this position, you come here, your shoulders are ahead, way ahead. Okay, and then you come on your toes this way. Okay, so we do this 3 times. Try to hold it for about 15 to 20 seconds and feel a nice weight on your wrist. Understand the weight bearing pattern even when it comes to shirshasan. This is one of the positions where you will actually feel and understand how does it matters to put weight on the wrist. Okay, right. Have you all been able to do this? Okay, great. So coming on to the next one. So we did something called the wrist, sitting in this position and trying to put all the weight on the wrist. Okay, so can you sit in this cross leg position, have your hands on the sides like this, and put weight on your wrist and try to come up like this. Hands are on the sides and put weight on the wrist. Come on, try to hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. I want all of you to try this. Weights on the sides. The wrist is exactly placed below the shoulder. You don't put your right wrist too inside or don't take it too outside. It is exactly placed under the shoulder. Okay. Put all your weight on the wrist and then come up. For people who can easily manage this position, try to get into a L sit where do this and then get your knees straight. Okay, that's called L sit. Try to get into a L sit. Okay. Good enough. Is everyone with me here? Perfect. Good. Okay. So now, before moving on to shirshasan, we need to follow a series of poses. Okay. We'll not be doing or attempting shirshasan straight away. And for all the people who are doing it with me, you may see that you are able to work on certain poses, but may not be able to work on 2-3 different poses, which is absolutely fine. So it is possible that you may not be able to learn shirshasan completely in this session, which is absolutely okay, but you can keep trying on this and we can gradually try to improvise. Okay, so we are just taking into a series of steps. So let's start off. I want you to start with the plank position. Okay, so get onto your elbows and your toes. Come to a plank position, feel the weight of your body, pelvis way down, and just to get a feel from your elbow to your wrist. Now, what you could do in this position is that since your leg is way back, try to get your leg forward as much as possible. Okay, and just feel the weight shifting forwards onto your hands this way. Okay, can you all try this? Awesome, awesome, very good, superb. So we'll be doing a modified shirshasan, which is basically a tripod pose where we have weight on the elbows as well as weight on the head. It's not just the head where we have our weight. Okay, so we need to get that position right. So is everyone clear with this one? Can we go on to the next pose? Yeah, okay. So our next pose is the dog pose. Okay, so what we do is come in this position and keep taking your leg forward as much as possible. Mind you, the leg has to be flat. It cannot be like this. I want the leg to be flat, and then shift all your body weight forward. Feel the weight on your hands and feel that stretch. It needs to get closer. You will feel a stretch on the spine. It could be in the calf or the hamstrings also. And then you can raise your heel and feel the weight a little more on your hands. Yeah, you can do some gradual shifting like this. Do it about 10 times. Shift ahead, feel the weight on your hands. Good. Okay. So the next position is understanding the forearm length. So this particular, the distance between your elbows, this much. So this is the forearm length that we are talking about. So what you need to do is come onto your mat, okay, and have a forearm length like this. Okay, so basically, let me just show you like this. You have to make a triangle. So this is the forearm length. So you put both your elbows in that position and have your hands closed. Okay, and make a triangle. Okay, have a triangle like this and rest your head. Now, I'm not getting into Shirshasan. All I'm doing is cutting down these steps and helping you understand the weight bearing position in different steps. Okay, so now what you do is that rest your head and then lift your pelvis and try to get your legs closer. Do not raise your legs, just get your legs closer and feel the weight on your elbows and your head. Can you do this? Come on. Yes, awesome. So basically, bending from the spine, making the triangle right, that is very important because that's your support system on which your whole body weight is going to be there. And then taking your legs forward as much as possible. Just make sure that you don't leave your legs or try to raise it up. You don't have to raise the leg at all. Okay, I want you to practice this. Get into that position.
Doctor, all that pressure is coming on my head. I mean, there is no
You need
pressure.
to you need to put weight on the elbows, this area. Okay, so you know what you can do is that do not get your head in contact in that case. Okay, just put weight on your elbows. Okay, just let your head be a little above the mat. Okay, put weight on your elbows and shift the weight forward so that you feel more weight on your elbows. You should not get the whole weight on your head because that is not the right position. Are you guys feeling it? Are you guys able to get that weight on your elbows as well as on your head? I want you to practice this a little more. The position is getting onto the triangle. Okay, first have this triangle. So the triangle is basically 2 points of the elbows with a forearm distance. Okay, and the position in which you will rest your head. Now, when your knees are bent, you will straighten up your knees and get your legs closer as much as possible. Closer as much as possible. Make sure you activate your forearms also. Make sure you try and put weight on your forearms also. It should not just be the head where you're putting your weight. Okay. Right. So now we can move on to the next exercise. I think are we all done? Yeah. Okay. So can we move on to the next exercise? Right. So the next exercise is against a wall. Okay. So what I want you to do here is get your mat against a wall. So it could be like this, you can have it against a wall. I'm just showing you the position sideways so that you can get exactly what I'm doing. Okay. What you need to do is, like you're standing here, so understand the position in this manner. Okay, your hands are locked here. Okay, let me just, yeah. So you can get your mat here. Again, get into a triangle position. So the triangle is both the sides of the elbows, right? Touching on the sides like this and making a triangle. So what you do is you create a triangle here. Just trying to adjust the camera too for you. Okay. Yeah. So you keep your leg on the edges. Okay. Both the elbows, triangle. Okay. Now, as you put weight on your hands, what I want you to do is start taking your legs forward. Can you see my legs? It's actually touching on the wall. Okay, it's touching the wall. Let me just show you here. Okay, yeah, I think this is a better view. So what I'm doing is I'm into a triangle position. Okay. First, I will come to a dog pose. Okay. And then I will shift my weight like this way. This is what I want you to do. Just come to this position. Now, this is like a final position for shirshasan. Okay. Where you will exactly get an idea how much weight you're supposed to feel on your head, how much weight you're supposed to feel on your elbows. Do not leave your legs. Just be in that position and try to shift your body weight through your toes. If you move your toes forward, you can shift your body weight on your elbows and the head. Have you been able to do this? Let me check. So I don't want you to put your legs way up. It is exactly at 90 degrees. Okay. I want the legs at 90 degrees. Awesome. 90 degrees. Don't go beyond that. Don't go beyond that. Just put your weight on 90. Just put your weight at 90 degrees. See, what is 90 degrees basically? No jumping, Chandrakant. No jumping. No jumping. There are chances that you will start losing your balance if you start moving your legs too fast. So I would not suggest you to do that. See, 90 degrees is where your legs is exactly perpendicular to the wall and your body is down this way. Okay. Yes, I want you to practice this. Nikhil is doing good. Kailash and Poonam are doing good. You need to raise your leg a little more. Okay, good. Light is doing well. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Keep it to 90 degrees. Yes. Srihari is doing pretty good. Narottam is doing good. Ashwini is doing good. Chandrakant is doing pretty well. I think Chandrakant has understood the kind of weight required. So he's got the position right. Lakshman is doing well. Awesome. Superb. Very good. Very good. Relax. So I guess now you have understood how you're supposed to put weight. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to alternate the position. Okay. Understand one thing, whether you have been doing shirshasan for a very long time or have been learning, it is not important that you will get this right in one go. You know, you need practice and you should be ready for it. Okay. So what you could do is now get your mat on, now you will be facing onto the wall. Okay. Get some distance, maybe just one elbow distance from the wall. Okay. And I'm just trying to get the position right. Yeah. I think this should be good. Okay. So what you're supposed to do, you just have to watch me right now. Okay. So now this is my triangle position. I have a little bit of distance between the wall, which I need. Now, what I'm going to do is come on to my elbows. Okay. Now I have been doing shirshasan, so I can easily get onto this position and then straighten my knees slowly. Okay. As I find my balance. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is go back a little and feel the wall very slowly. Initially, it is okay to take support of the wall. Feel that whole weight on your hands and the neck. And then as you come down, bend your knees slowly. Take support of the wall. It's absolutely fine. And slowly come down like this. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to use the wall. Okay. So what you do is make your triangle, support your head, weight on your elbows as well as on your head. Okay. Now raise your knees up this way. Do this slowly. Get control of your abs. Put weight on your hands. You can actually feel the wall. Once you feel the wall, slowly use the wall, support it, slowly straighten up your knees and get into the position. Now, once you're in this position, then you can actually try to, this is going to take a little bit of practice, okay? But this is where you can try to actually wean off the support from the wall and get off support. So this will require practice for you. It's not going to happen immediately, but right now, what I want you to do is try and get the support. Okay. Try to do this position in a supporting position. Come on. So you get it? Yes. Okay. I'm checking your positions. Can we try? Yes. Narottam. Good. Very good, Kailash. Awesome. 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 Very good, Nikhil. Very good. Now, awesome. Very good, Srihari. I want you to push a little bit, Nikhil, more and try to straighten up your knees. Support it. Yes, very good. Exactly. That's what. That's what. Yes. Now slowly straighten up your knees. Poonam, easy. Poonam, you don't have to kick in fast. Murli, very good. Awesome, Murli. Sandeep, I cannot see your image. Come on, Chandrakant, support the wall. Awesome. Very good. Now wait. Easy, easy. Chandrakant. Once, see guys, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't immediately try to attain the position. Ashwini, awesome. Very good. Narottam, superb. So Chandrakant, understand one thing. We don't want that exact position in one go. We have to cut, like I told you how to cut down the position. So first what I want is that once you have bent your knee, support the wall. Okay. Once you support the wall, then try to straighten up the knees. Okay. Don't try to achieve the complete position in one go. This is the mistake that we do. You need to cut down the position and then keep moving on to one after the other. Okay. Now, this is very important. While coming down, you need to come down very slowly, bend your knees, and then slowly start coming close to the wall. Okay. Chandrakant, slow.
Sir, I am not able to keep it in air. Like I have to take wall support. Is that okay?
Yes, 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 absolutely okay. I want you all to take the wall support. Chandrakant, I think you're very far off the wall, is it? Are you far off the wall? Maybe you can get a little closer to the wall. Okay. And what you do is that don't struggle in trying to get both the legs straight directly. First, do that very slowly. Your objective should be initially just to touch both the legs with the knee bent to the wall. Once you do that, then look at achieving the final pose. You're trying to do everything in one go. Take it easy. Yes, come on, Poonam. Yes, who's talking to me? I can't see you.
Sir, I'm little scared to come down. Oh,
Where are you? Wait, let me.
Ashwini.
Ashwini. Ashwini, you're doing pretty good. What happened? Tell me. Now listen.
I'm
Bend your
scared to come
knees.
down.
Okay, bend your knees slowly. Bend your knees. First bend one knee. Go down slowly. Just keep bending that knee. Perfect, perfect. And then now both the knees. Just try to touch both the knees down. Yes, awesome. Knees. Keep bending it. Keep bending it. And slowly go down. Use your abs. Come on. Go down slowly. Awesome. That's it. Go down. Go down. Go down. Come down. Come down. Come down. Don't no. Relax your head. Relax your head. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, I'm really scared.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So, how many of you have been able to achieve it? I think superb, superb. I need a photograph of all of you. Okay. Light, how could you do this? Chandrakant, awesome, superb. Now, all yes, superb. Just straighten up the knees. Awesome. Sandeep, I couldn't see your photograph. Or very good. Now, Chandrakant, now what you're supposed to do is that wait. Don't just bend your knees. Straighten your knees. Straight. Okay, relax.
Thank you, sir. I thought I'll never do this. Thank you very much.
Awesome, superb. Okay, so anyone is having difficulty, please be open and discuss it. Guys, you will be able to do it. Don't worry as to, if you will be able to manage it or no. And now that you're able to do it with wall support, please understand that you're doing it with wall support. Okay. So now, what is the next step? The next step is that you try to stand tall as much as possible. Okay. Now, what you're doing is that you are supporting your body, bending your knees, and then touching onto the wall and going straight up. Okay. What you should do is that try to stand tall as much as possible in the same position, and then start getting that weight off from that from the leg. Avoid touching the wall. Okay. Then you should. This is the next progression where you should try to avoid touching that feet, take that feet off the wall, okay, and then see, you will take even just 1 second that position. Maybe you will be able to achieve that only for 1 second. It's absolutely fine. This is going to require a lot of practice. I'm sure you realize that you have just done one of the most difficult poses of yoga, okay, in just one session. And this is the reason we were doing these sessions where we were trying to engage your core, where we were trying to do a lot of weight bearing on your wrist, where we are trying to do a lot of pike push-ups with you. The idea was to give you a feel of how it takes for you to take weight on your upper body. Okay, so guys, understand one thing. This is the third session that we have done with all of you. uh, just give me a minute. And not everyone is going to be a part of this. This is only for people who are looking to do something more better than what they have been doing all this while. Okay. And you guys are among them. So it is going to require practice. You need to get a little out of the way. Don't feel that, if you meet me only on alternate Saturdays, you will be able to do this. You need to practice this now. You need to follow this whole thing. Like I told you, this video is live on YouTube. I will share the link with you all, and you can keep watching this video and eventually keep trying to stretch it again and again. Practice this. Even if you do about 10 minutes of practice, every alternate days, don't lose out to your balance. A little bit of warm up followed by this practice is very, very important. So just make sure you do that, and you will definitely, we should target in the next 15 days, we should target to do a shirshasan without support. Okay, are you guys in for that? And when do I get the photographs? When do I get everyone's photograph? Before 10 o'clock. Before 10 a.m. Okay. What's the time? Is that okay with you all? Come on. I can't see your thumb. Yes. Okay. So let's do some stretches now. Okay. Let's start with some stretches. Don't forget, your stretches are equally important to finish up a session. You don't just call off a session. Okay. So this is the position. Okay. Your legs are here, and touch it with your hands, right? And then bend your elbows and try to reach out. Okay. Hold this position for about 45 seconds to 1 minute. Come on. I'm checking the time. Get into this position. If you are able to bend your elbows and reach out closer. Okay. I'll tell you when that 1 minute is over. Keep your positions intact. Stretch. Maintain your stretch. Okay, relax. Okay, comfortable. Now spread your legs. Good distance between your legs. Good distance between your legs. Now your hands are straight, and start rolling out your hands and come forward. Keep coming forward. You may want to wait at a point where you feel that uh, This is okay. You can wait for some time. Wait for about 15 to 20 seconds there. It's absolutely okay. And then once you feel a little comfortable, once you feel that you can move a little bit, start rolling your hands further ahead. Okay? Try to roll it a little more ahead, because once you reach out to a certain position and you're comfortable stretching, you will tend to stretch a little more. So you can actually keep rolling out your hands and see. Push yourself a bit. We need to maintain this position for a minute. Come on. Don't leave it. There is no way going backwards. Feel a nice stretch. If you can move forward, nothing like that. And then slowly come back. Okay, we do this one more time. Once again, spread your legs. Okay, start rolling ahead. The time starts now. Yes. Once you're in that position for 15 to 20 seconds, if you feel that you can stretch it further, roll your hands further, move down a little more. Awesome. If you remember, I had told you in the first session itself that we are not talking about a general fitness here. We are talking about achieving a change in your body, achieving a change, the way you work, the way you see your body. Okay, and it is going to take some effort. So you have to give in that effort. Once you start giving in that effort, you will see the change. I want you to practice shirshasan, and don't forget all the other poses also. We have to do L sit. We also have to do crow pose, and I want you to practice all of that. Okay, great, awesome. Right, relax. Just give me a minute. So thank you so much for all the people who are watching us, and nobody leaves the meeting. I will just exit from YouTube. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching us on YouTube.